Hi, beautiful people. Thanks for tuning in. I want to talk today about whole singing and really connecting our vocal instrument, our whole vocal instrument, the body and the being, so that you feel more free in your voice and in your life. If you like this topic, be sure to subscribe to my channel for the whole 30-day series. My name is Rebecca ABraxas, and I love helping people remember their greatness, especially through the vehicle of their voice. So let's dive in to today's topic, wholeness with singing. So the vocal instrument is such a potent and powerful instrument because it involves our whole body, and our whole being. And when we sing from our whole body and our whole being, there's a certain somatic feeling that comes through. And this is really powerful because a lot of times we're like, oh, well, I don't know if I'm on key, or I don't know if I can hit the notes. Or the thing is with singing somatically, it doesn't matter. When you start to really become an open flute for breath and being, you'll feel the sensation. It almost like it clicks on. It just like opens, and it doesn't even matter if you're like on key or singing right. It will be a contribution. The frequency of your voice when you are that tuned in and tapped on is such a gift, whether it's following a scale or not. There's so many times in my singing history that I wasn't on the perfect harmony, or I missed a note, or whatever it was, and I got done and people were just like, oh, thank you. Your voice was so healing to me. So really, guys, yes, it's about the sound, but it's more about the frequency and the beingness that comes with the sound. So today I wanted to give a little exercise to really tune in to that whole vocal instrument, body and being. And so one little exercise I wanted to do today involves the diaphragm, this big breathing muscle, the pelvic floor in the base of your body, and the soft palate. These three diaphragms, basically, they all three of them kind of do this. Okay? And what I want to do is something in yoga called the 3-part breath. It's a very grounding practice, but it also will help us start to tune into all three of these diaphragms while we're breathing and while we're letting out sound. Not only that, it's like, if I want you to view your body, a vocal instrument of your body, as an open flute. Now, really, there's so much in there, but not really, because we're really all space. But really, like, think of this as an open flute, and the pelvic floor and the diaphragm and the soft palate are kind of just checkpoints along the open flute, right? So as we grow awareness with how our soft palate, diaphragm, and pelvic floor start to do this with the breath, I want you to also become aware that you're just expanding this open flute sensation. And I want you to open the flute past the borders of your body. And so a lot of times in the yogic tradition, we talk about the sushumna, this kind of central channel. I really like working with that sushumna, that central channel, but I like expanding that central channel all the way out, like out here. So this is what we're going to do today. And then we're going to bring in the sound ah, oh, Now I really like the ah, oh, because it's the sound of the universe, which is your beingness. And two, the ah, the oh, and the really do touch each of those diaphragms, the pelvic floor, the diaphragm, and the soft palate. With those sounds, you can start to feel those 3 diaphragms activating. So let's give it a try, okay? Let's give it a try, and then you can take this practice and keep practicing it, whenever you want. But it's a great little practice to get into that whole singing with body and being. So first, let's just kind of solidify the 3-part breath. So the first thing is, I want you to take a breath so that your low belly moves and nothing else. So the low belly, you can place your hands on your low belly, and I want, as you take a breath, your hands on the low belly, I want your hands to rise up and fall down, okay? By the hands moving, you'll know that you are breathing in that deep belly way. And when you breathe into that low belly, called the bowl of the pelvic floor, bowl of the pelvis, you will feel the pelvic floor responding. And if you don't, see if you can start allowing it to. Okay? So here we go. Take a breath in. Low belly and pelvic floor expands. And then as you exhale, contract the pelvic floor, pull the belly in, and we exhale. Let's do it 3 more times. Just notice the pelvic floor. Notice your breath. Okay, so now what I want you to do is imagine the bowl of the bowl of the pelvis and the low belly was so full with breath that it had to spill over into the solar plexus. So now we're going to share one breath with the low belly and the solar plexus. So imagine taking a deep breath into the low belly, pelvic floor expands, and then let that breath go into the solar plexus and expand the solar plexus. Start to become aware of your diaphragm. When you breathe in, it pushes down. When you breathe out, it pushes up, and it does it automatically. And when you release the breath, release from the solar plexus first, and then the low belly. Let's try it again. So breathing in to the low belly and pelvic floor, then into the solar plexus, then release from the solar plexus and release from the low belly. And see if you can become aware of expanding yourself out past the borders of your body, becoming this open flute of beingness. Good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the chest. So we're going to share that one breath now with the solar plexus and the chest. And when you release, I want you to release like a wave from the chest, solar plexus, and low belly. Now as we kind of come up here, also see if you can start to notice the soft palate, the roof of the mouth behind the hard palate, start to kind of undulate with the breath. So here we go. Deep breath, share it with the low belly, solar plexus, and chest. And then exhale from the chest, solar plexus, belly. One more. Good. All right, so now we're going to bring in sound. So just keep the awareness of this breath pattern, this 3-part breath. Don't get worked up of getting it right. Just have the awareness that you're trying to flow to these areas. Start to have the awareness of the pelvic floor and the diaphragm kind of doing this together, and the, doming this way, all right? So with the inhale, the diaphragm does this. And with the inhale, the pelvic floor will expand too. And with the exhale, the pelvic floor bounces back up and the diaphragm does this. Now also bring your awareness up. As we start to sing, the soft palate will start to undulate that same way. Okay? But almost like opposite. As it receives the breath, it parachutes up. And as it releases the breath, it goes down. So the soft palate's almost doing the opposite of what the other two are doing. Okay. Actually, no. Okay, I wanted to just tune into that real quick. So as you release a breath, the soft palate will go up. So they're all on the exhale. All three diaphragms are going up, okay? And so just try to tune into that. Here we go. So we're going to do with the three-part breath and our awareness of our open flute all the way out here. So here we go. Yeah, and all the diaphragms are parachuting up on the exhale. Here we go. Good. Now with that intention of the open flute out here, tune in to whatever frequency you want to bring in. Do you want to bring in love frequency? Do you want to bring in the frequency from the 5th dimension, 13th dimension, from the Octorians, from the Hathors? Do you want to bring in archangel energy? What do you want to play with right now? So expand your flute. This is your beingness. And you get to commune with whatever frequency you would like to. Let's activate the three-part breath. Now, I would love to hear it in the comments. Have you felt somatically that click? That click where everything just expanded and the whole vocal instrument, body and being, are in alignment. I'd love to hear if you've had that sensation. And if you have, kind of mark it in your psyche, like, this is what's possible, right? And so many times I've been on stage where I'm kind of going through the mechanics of singing, and then all of a sudden I drop in and expand, and I can feel that sensation of that whole singing, and it's really euphoric. And all of a sudden you're like, there it is. And then it's just... So I personally just came from a concert at a senior home, and I was going through the mechanics, and then all of a sudden this happened, and it was I was singing the song Lean on Me. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. So when you find that expansion and body and soul and being are on, all of a sudden you can sense it, you can feel it, and that somatically, that vocal awareness, your thought gets turned off and you are in flow mode. You are in open flute mode. So, put in the comments your experience, and after the video I'm gonna go back and take a look at the comments and see what I can contribute there. So let's try this one more time together, and then I'll have you take this off on your own. So remember, three-part breath. Make sure you are tuning in to the three diaphragms. On the exhale, they will be arching up, okay? And then you want to be aware of your expanded open flute, connection with being and universe, okay? So let's do it again. We'll do it 3 times together. Were you able to feel the connection between the pelvic floor, the diaphragm, and the soft palate? Were you able to feel the sensation of that open flute, that beingness that you are with the universe? And what frequency was riding in on that Om? This is a really powerful practice. You can just go on and on. You could do this for like a whole hour, just oming and pausing in the silence to really tune into the awareness of the frequency of that Om with the intention of that open flute. So beautiful beings. Keep practicing with this. And then, take it to a song. You're doing this practice with Om, but then take it to a song. Maybe you're just singing in the kitchen when you're cooking, right? Maybe you're singing. Right now I'm really into the artist Jason Mraz, and I sing to his songs all the time, and it's so powerful to take this awareness, this vocal awareness, and this frequency, tuning in, and then putting it into your everyday singing. And then that vocal awareness teaches us that we can be that even if we're not singing. We're just breathing and being. This is why I love vocal awareness. It really teaches us how to be in our everyday with just total flow and being in that open flute. Yeah, Om is amazing. It's so simple, but so powerful. So after you Om, be sure to pause and receive the frequency from it. It's really amazing. And you can also have a journal after several times Oming and seeing what frequency is there. Sometimes there's a cleaning out. Okay, sometimes there's a cleaning out, and then do some automatic writing to process some old lower frequency things, and then clear that out. Then go to your next phase and Om and see what awareness is there and the stillness afterwards. Write it down. All of this is such a powerful practice, and I love the simplicity of it. So I'd love to hear in the comments any shares that you would like to offer, any questions you have, and just let's share this in a community style and see what we found. And if you found that somatic moment of, there it is. All right, beautiful people. I will be coming back tomorrow with another little piece of Free Your Voice and Free Your Life. This is a 30-day series of these little lives every day. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more consciousness work through voice and other practices. And I'll see you tomorrow.